Guilty bully.
Snorky says, I thought it was Ted Cruz for a minute getting his face slapped off.
Ted Cruz. He did. He got his face slapped off. That was Pasta. Pasta got his face slapped off.
Yeah, Pasta, you got your face slapped off, man.
Oz, are you working out some aggression?
I guess I was gonna put me on there, but I didn't want you slapping the shit out of my face. I got slapped around today. I've been busy, man.
Today has been a long day. We're both kind of dragging, and I feel for you because boy, that was a crazy panel at Convo Couch with Jimmy Dore and Scott and Sean and Laura. Oh, it was a great panel. There were some things in there that set some people off. And then
like what?
I don't know. You have to go watch it. Go over to the Combo Couches Rockfin and watch it.
Yeah.
But and then you premiered Tara Reid.
Yeah, Tara Reid and Fair and Balanced. That was a great show. I mean, it went pretty smooth thanks to you and Linda. I mean, it's
teamwork. We do amazing teamwork together. We come in, we just get the concept, figure it out, throw what we think in there, creatively. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But
yeah. We actually put that deck together in less than 24 hours?
Yeah.
And usually it takes like 3 weeks.
Yeah, to develop a show, a concept. I mean, she came with her concept, so she knew what she wanted, which makes it so much better than trying to, come up with the concept.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm so excited because we've been practicing this for 18 months now, almost 2 years, because Roar Media, that was our goal. That's always been our drive, is to get voices out there into the Ethernet, our voices, right? To balance out this freaking propaganda war we're in and get independent women voices out there because it's a big sausage fest in the world of independent media. And to see both these ladies out there today, just, I love it. We're achieving our goals is what I feel like. And, all the years of us practicing and the production meetings, weeks of production meetings, 8 hours a day. Yeah. We're getting it.
Yeah, Fair and Balanced is in the chat. She says, how long does B&B go for on Tuesdays? I don't want to cut into their stream. Farron, go ahead and cut into our stream.
Oh, yeah.
Forget it. We don't use a clock. We don't clock in and out in independent media at this level. Besides, we're what are we? We're a different kind of show. So you can rewatch it. It's great.
I don't know. We're just just talking shit. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we're not talking shit. We're I don't know. We're just finding our lane, everybody, and we're so happy you're here. Speaking of that, I want to call out the chat. Steve Cutler live, Jilly and Farron Balanced. Great show today. Great show, Farron. We've got who else we got?
Nice.
Oh my gosh! Look at all these people. Who do we got over at Rockfin? Have you got that one down?
Oh yeah, I got Rockfin up. Oh, hi Tara. Tara's hanging out with us too. She's over in the Rockfin.
Hi Tara.
Is that? I got to put my glasses on. I got to do the old lady thing. Even with it like 2 inches from my face, I still can't read it.
A dingo.
Minax. Hey Minax. Hey Dingo. Dingo's in there.
Yeah, so we're starting out of the gate good. We got 1,200 over on Rockfin, and we have got 1,200 over on the Tube. So that's a lot of viewers.
Convo was doing very good today. They had great numbers till they had to leave the YouTube.
Yeah, that was kind of abrupt. I mean, Pasta's going, we need to go. We need to go to Rockfin.
I'm like, what the hell happened? I'm sitting there doing my makeup. I'm listening, and then I'm like, did it cut out? Did my internet go out? What the hell?
Us old guys need a countdown, like to the Rockfin in 5, 4, and Pasta's going, blah. We got to go to Rockfin. And I go, okay, bye. So it was chop and go to Rockfin, because if you say,
well, I hurried up and grabbed the link, went over to the YouTube chat, and funneled people over to the Rockfin.
It's the nuances of engineering a show, and when you've got a 60-year-old Depend guy here going on, you gotta be gentle with them.
I want to shout out to the mods. Some of these shows, it's worked. You work that show. Like when we know there's a Convo Couch that's coming on that's going to be controversial, the mods, we actually work those shows. We're making sure that everybody's voices are heard. We do not censor unless you're hate speech. And I got to say, I admire the mods so much, Jilly Love and Lucky. I don't ever have to worry about they're going to censor somebody, because they're not. They understand, they have that too. They know the difference between hate and somebody expressing themselves. And then you got true trolls that are terrible. Yeah. And I love it when I see one of the mods take one of those guys out.
And then there's those that are never happy. They're always going to scream about it. Oh, you're censoring me. You're censoring me. Oh, fuck off. We're not censoring you. You're being an asshole. Ever. Yeah. I mean, really.
Even the asshole stuff we let go.
Yeah. I mean, come on, guys. Just be real, So, hey there, Charlie Brown. Charlie, I haven't seen you in forever, man.
Hi,
what have you been doing? What have you been doing, brother? Charlie, can I give you a wrench? Would you like a wrench, Charlie? I'd love to have. We'd like to have all wrenches in here so we can keep track of who's not new.
Where was it the other day? I was somewhere. Oh, with Steve Cutler Live. I was the only person in the room without a wrench.
Oh, my God. Yeah, no, I just, Steve and Lucky, they give everybody a wrench too over there, so.
We've always done that. We did that at the Natural Progressive when we first started out.
Yeah, no, that's great.
It levels the playing field.
Yeah,
really.
It sure does, man. Oh, let me see. I don't want to bounce them. Okay.
No, be careful. It's so easy to screw up and bounce somebody, especially on YouTube. Like, I've accidentally done it, and I've seen others do it. No, I've just hit buttons on my phone, and they're gone.
Yeah. No, we don't want to. And by the way, if you see me slithering around over there, you can throw a wrench at me. I promise I'll behave. I promise.
So this show is satire for Media the Boomer. And these are our PayPal QR codes. It's the end of the month. If you want to send me a little weed money, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah. Weed money's great, or grocery money, or some kind of money, something that's spendable.
You see where my priorities are.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, do we
have priorities in the apocalypse?
We have to make a confession. I came into the show tonight, and I was not going to, Brother Franco would be just beating the shit out of me, because we're going to talk about the slap in the face.
But I think we got a different perspective than everybody I've heard talk about it.
Yeah, and that's why I'm okay with it, because we do have a different perspective, I believe. And we might bring something new, we might bring something old, who knows, whatever, we're good.
I got a couple of different things.
Yeah, we do. We got this and that and some other things. We want
fair use.
Yeah,
all fair use.
We want to remind everybody, May 1st is our target date for the new format release, and hopefully we'll have our shit together by then, and everything will look a little bit more presentable.
I'm having so much fun. I've learned how to animate on Canva, and I'm just having a blast now. I mean,
yeah,
it's like scrapbooking digitally.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the scratch and sniff feature. It doesn't have scratch and sniff. I don't.
Not yet. Give it 10 more years. I hear that smell-o-vision's coming.
Smell-o-vision. I'm sorry. Did I say scratch and sniff?
The technology's been there, but DARPA won't release it for another 30 years.
Oh my God, they got everything. They got
everything. I'm telling you. I heard today there's like 100,000 people walking around with nano chips in their brain, and they admit it.
Yeah, well, I got a nano chip here, and it cost way too much money, and I carry it around, and it's probably given me.
Well, that's all it's going to take is a nano chip in your head, and you'll have smell-o-vision. Because it'll send the signal to you to think that you're smelling whatever signal is smelling.
As long as that nano chip gets rid of the Alexas and the Suris and everything else, I'm sick of those.
They'll be in your head fighting.
Why not? Ah! Surrey.
Alexa will be taking out Surrey.
What do we call the nano chip on our head? Nana? So we got Siri, Nana, and Alexis. Nana.
You don't need Jiminy Cricket anymore. You have Alexa.
We are so screwed.
We are so screwed.
Oh, shall we get going with this nightmare?
Let's go with the slap heard around the world.
My God. This was the first meme that I saw pop up the other night about, it was like 5 minutes after it happened, and this was the first one that come up. Will Smith, when people sleep with his wife. Will Smith, when people joke about his wife. Oh my God, no shit, Chanda. What do you think about that? Isn't that the truth?
Terrible.
It's terrible.
It is the truth. I got some pretty bad ones tonight.
That's okay. We'll let you. We have fun doing that.
You got to have the best of the worst.
The best of the best of the worst. I brought this. I believe this. I think this is what I'm looking at. Yeah, this is from the Critical Drinker, and he kind of sums it up here very, very clearly. We always like Critical Drinker. Let's hear what he's got to say.
It's not like Will Smith had a bad night. The guy picked up Best Actor for his role in King Richard, and after a decade of decline, nearly derailing his entire career trying to prop up his less talented son, not to mention some pretty embarrassing revelations about his personal life, well, it's nice to see the guy pick up some kind of win for once. But it does make me wonder what the long-term repercussions of this will be. Is this going to tarnish the reputation of Hollywood or enhance it? Are you fucking kidding? You'd have to get caught molesting farm animals to tarnish Hollywood's reputation at this point. No, what I suspect is actually going to happen is that more people are going to tune into next year's Oscars in the hopes of catching a similar confrontation. It's a bit like how some people watch Formula 1 races because they just want to see a spectacular crash. And Hollywood being the shameless, soulless, attention-hungry morons that they are, I wouldn't be surprised if some asshole tries to provoke another fight just to grab those all-important headlines. Or look on the bright side, maybe this is going to herald an exciting new era of blood sport style competition where nominees will literally have to fight each other in brutal televised carnage to decide who gets the next awards. And fuck me, that's one Oscars I'd actually bother to tune into. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Go away now. Go away now.
That was hilarious. That guy is so funny. Yeah, he did nail it.
He doesn't do one-offs that often, that quickly, so I thought I'd
that was nice.
That was
simple.
good. Professor Zinkus, where you follow Professor Zink. Will Smith struck Chris Rock. That's a misdemeanor battery. Then he got a standing ovation. Liberals love violence. Just look at how they're all drooling over the prospect of a full-blown war with Russia. Okay, then Ali's Sweet Shop. Sure, but hear me out. Direct action is awesome in the name of justice. A cold, hard slap just may stop further emotional and physical violence from happening if time right. Can we slap every politician now, followed by a massive vote of no confidence and guillotines for billionaires? And Professor Zinka says, I don't agree. Nonviolence has been shown to be more effective regarding a direct action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Violence only begets more violence.
Oh, yeah.
We've known that since we were children.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like the real world creeped into Hollywood almost, if you believe the scenario that this was real and Will was just upset and he was so angry he couldn't control himself anymore, so he had to run up there and on national television, international television, smack Chris Rock, you know, another man of color. If you're buying into that, then yeah, it's terrible, and that's where our society truly is. But I'm not buying into that, and I wasn't buying into it Sunday night when I saw it. I laughed my ass off and said, okay, why are they what the hell's going on here? There's always something bigger with these things in Hollywood. It's Hollywood. They make believe. That's what Hollywood is, guys. And so it turns out that the Oscars was sponsored by our favorite big pharma company, Pfizer and biotech. Binotech.
Lucy, you got some splaining to do. What's going on with this bullshit?
Well, it makes sense. So coming into the Oscars, and y'all know I love pop culture and I'm everything pop culture. So unfortunately, I follow this shit and have for 40 some years. The Oscars have been in the fucking dumps with their ratings. And last year they were whining and crying about how bad it was. And if they didn't drum up numbers that, you know, they were going to lose. So this year they knew they had to drum up numbers and they had to get people tuning in. And so they did a couple of different things. You know, we've heard about Sean Penn and how he was trying to negotiate, Vladimir Lazinski addressing all of the Oscars audience, but I don't know if that fell through something, but it was all in the media. So everybody was talking about it. So there was all this hype drummed up for it. And then you find out this new conspiracy theory emerges after it discovers Pfizer sponsored Oscars and has a new alopecia drug in trials.
What?
So our production assistant, Linda, was telling me about this morning, and I was like, no freaking way. So I had to do a little research and go find out, is this true? Could this be possibly why they would stage a national slap and why it would be about this certain topic? And turns out, yeah, just 15 days ago, it was reported that big pharma biz, the Pfizer completed their acquisition. So they acquired this new fucking pharma company named Pharma Biz that are in clinical stage trials for Arena Pharma, which specializes in alopecia studies, among other things. Now, there is no recognized alopecia drugs out there that I know of. I've been told that no, there wasn't, but there's a bunch in trials. So how do you get the whole country to know what something is and that they need drugs for it unless you make a national statement about it?
Even if it's a negative national statement.
Even if it's negative.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody loves Will Smith. Everybody loves Chris Rock. We can bury this. He's an actor. He was given the best Oscar 45 minutes later. Wake up. Wake up.
And what I don't get is, don't they all understand that Chris Rock was hired to make fun of celebrities and say bad jokes about them? I just, that was his job.
Come on, was
right?
that even a bad joke?
It wasn't horrible.
If it was that bad of a joke, then it was a real bad dig at Demi Moore. So,
yeah, yeah, I think it is. But anyway.
So, and you don't hear anybody talking about this. I had to go dig deep. I went to the Pfizer page where it had the new acquisitions. And 404, sorry, page not found. So they had obviously taken that page down real fast. So the information wasn't out there for anybody to see when they acquired this new company. But yeah, I think it was all a big commercial because they got to trick us in other ways. It's too easy to just for us to ignore their ads.
With all the shitty food they've been giving us for decades, our brain cells are dying, so our memories aren't what quite it would be. And we'll kind of remember this down the road, but yeah.
I don't remember what happened 6 weeks ago.
You don't?
We consume so much content that we can't even, I couldn't regurgitate any of it.
Well, I want to regurgitate while I'm reading a lot of it. Eric from Sabby Sabs. Hey, Eric, millionaire on millionaire violence. Yeah, that's a good one.
Millionaire on millionaire violence.
Speaking of millionaire, I didn't look up Will Smith, but Chris Rock's 60 millionaire. 60 millionaire.
Oh, they all are. They're in the cabal.
It's the club, baby, cabal. And we ain't in it. So, what did I bring this or did you bring this? What is this? This is an interview.
I brought some funny stuff. I don't remember.
Okay, let's give it a whirl. Let's see if it's funny.
Yeah, give it a whirl.
Okay, pulling the lever. Hi, everybody.
Oh.
Warned on his 1999 track, Wild Wild West. Swallow your pride. Don't.
What?
Okay. So this beef between Chris Rock and Will Smith goes back for a couple of years in the Oscar. Apparently in 2016, there really was a little spat between them. And so this is how they figured they could drum it up for their big play on Sunday night was, remember that time that Chris said this and he said that and you couldn't buy yourself an Oscar. And so the beef was already there is what this is pointing out.
So it was a beef or a makeup beef?
Well, we'll see. Let's play this.
Okay, let's play it.
Warned on his 1999 track, Wild Wild West. Swallow your pride, don't let your lip react. You don't want to see my hand where my hip be at. Ironically, Smith's lyric about hitting back at smack talkers came from the titular movie Rock ridiculed during his monologue as host of the 2016 Oscars. Rock said of Smith's wife's moves to boycott the show, "I get it. You said it's not fair Will was this good and didn't get nominated. You're right. It's also not fair that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West." In his Best Actor acceptance speech, Smith touched on the chatter he and his family are subjected to in the spotlight. "I know to do what we do, you gotta be able to take abuse. You gotta be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you've gotta be able to have people disrespecting you, and you've got to smile and pretend that's okay." Clearly, Smith was done pretending at the Oscars, and reacted in a way that still has audiences gobsmacked. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about the latest celebrity scandals are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell.
I killed it.
So that's just pointing out to you that it's bullshit. Will knows how to conduct himself in a very reserved manner. The man's been involved in Scientology for most of his career. There's a certain demeanor that these people have, and it's fucking control until they lose it, like Tom Cruise.
Well, look at Tom Cruise, yeah.
Yeah, right. But still, this, I'm telling you, this was staged. And because there was that beef, apparently Jada picketed or protested the 2016 Oscars, said she wouldn't go because Will didn't get nominated. I don't even remember for what role back then. Okay. And that's where Chris Rock made the joke about, well, no, what's funny is he got $20 million, dollars for Wild Wild West. And so that's where they say the beef started. But I'm just pointing out, this is all for show. It's all for show.
Yeah, some people are out there, they really think it is, it was really serious and everything else. I'm with you. I think
some people believe the Kardashians is real. Some people believe that wrestling is real. I mean, come on.
I don't think Hollywood is real. Is there really a Hollywood or what?
Well, no, it's a CAA casting, central casting for
it's
the
war
propaganda
machine. Zone is Hollywood.
The Empire, yeah it's
okay.
The Empire's
just
central
checking.
casting.
Just checking. Hey, what do you got here? Do you have graphs and charts and everything here? What the hell is this
graphs. I do have graphs. This one's a funny graph. So if Chris really was going to take a hit from, Will Smith, he trained as Muhammad Ali, right? He pulled that off. Don't you think you would have seen more of a swing back from his body? I mean, he was so braced, you didn't even see a jerk. I've been hit many freaking times, and I'm sorry, you move, especially, he should have knocked him down. I don't buy it. It was planned, and you can tell it just by the way that it happened.
So what's with the eye contact and the bracing for contact and all this?
Yeah, exactly. Bracing for contact. He knew it was coming. So he's like, okay, brace up. They had this planned. This was to advertise alopecia to the whole country, so they understood what it was, so that way Pfizer can sell their drug to everyone.
So that was that deep of a fake, was to advertise
I call
for a drug.
me a big pharma conspiracy theorist. Y'all know I am. That's why I do my show To Hell and Back, which is coming back April 7th with Pasta Jardula. But yeah, it's always a big pharma conspiracy or a big oil conspiracy.
Wow. You know what? I mean, that to me is it's not surprising, but to go to those links, to go to that point, they have to. Well, with the bad press that drugs are getting, every time you watch a drug commercial, it's either money, or it's going to kill you. These are the side effects.
So they had a marketing problem. I'll tell you what happened. They had a marketing meeting, and they said, how do we sell this? And they go, well, nobody knows what alopecia is. And we can't say female pattern baldness because that just will never fly, right? And so they were like, well, how do we get people to know what alopecia is, And that's where they drum up this shit.
Really?
Yes. And now, 6 months from now, when there's commercials on every channel, ask your doctor if you suffer from alopecia. Like, oh, I know what that was because Jada, yeah.
Now, I'm sitting here watching the clips from that night because I boycotted it basically, and now I'm turning around being a hypocrite and we're talking about it.
Right.
But I
wouldn't be talking about it if it wasn't a fucking conspiracy.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too, is that if he really wanted to make an impression without insulting his wife, that to me, he was insulting his wife, dragging his knuckles up there, being all 6'2" on 5'10" and 100 pounds, slapping him.
Embarrassing. I would be so fucking embarrassed if my man did that.
Yeah, and we won't even get into the relationship between him and his wife.
Oh God, I know, right?
Which is ridiculous. The hypocrisy here has no depth, in my opinion, and it's none.
They've always been disgusting with their round table and thinking they're better than everybody else.
So he's going to be faux virtuous by protecting the honor of his wife in public. I would have said, if you were serious about this, you would have walked up. If the joke was that offensive, you would have walked up and said, hey, Chris, give me the mic. And I would have given a 2-minute monologue on why that joke was
Why it was so fucking offensive.
Why it was offensive and how many people in this country suffer from that. I wouldn't drag my knuckles up there and give him a open-handed slap. That's not going to solve anything.
It was staged. It was Hollywood. That's what they do in Hollywood. We don't do this shit in the real world. If you do this shit in the real world, I got news for you. They don't care if Chris Rock doesn't want to press charges. The state picks it up and they fucking press charges and you go to jail anyways.
Yes.
Assault is assault.
So $300 million net worth is hitting $60 million net worth. And what I think would have been
Yeah.
better for the Academy all the way around and everybody in there is if security would have taken Will Smith out and turned him into the cops right there and wrote a report. So he would have been
Right.
outside filling out paperwork while his Oscar was getting presented to him. That would
Exactly.
have been,
And
that
that's
would
why
have
this
been big.
was staged. So, I mean, you have to have the two frames of mind. Okay. If it was, if it is real, but it's not real, it's staged, you know?
Yeah, I think it was staged. And
But I brought a clip of Jim Carrey and his take on it that dropped today, which I thought was interesting.
let's hear.
Sometimes I don't know what to think about Jim.
Yeah,
sometimes
Jim,
I think
sometimes-
he's really awake, and sometimes I'm like, "Fuck, he's the leader."
Yeah, let's check it out.
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
There was some question today about if anyone else had walked from the audience and done that, they would have been escorted out by security or maybe even arrested. The police asked Chris if he had to file charges. They asked Chris, do you want to file charges? And Chris apparently said no, he did not.
He doesn't want the hassle. I'd announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous. You know, that insult is going to last a very long time. If I want to yell from the audience and disapprove or show a disapproval or say something on Twitter or whatever, you do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
No, I agree. I think we all agree on that. I just thought, Jim, that it escalated to that. You know what I mean? That it escalated to that level.
It didn't escalate. It came out of nowhere because Will has something going on inside him that's frustrated, and I wish him the best. I really do. I don't I don't have anything against Will Smith. He's done great things. But that was not a good moment. It cast a pall over everybody's shining moment last night. You know, a lot of people worked really hard to get to that place, to have their moment in the sun, and to get their award for the really hard work they did. And it is no mean feat to go through all the stuff you have to go through when you're nominated for an Oscar. It's a gauntlet of devotion that you have to do. And it was just a selfish moment that cast a pall over the whole thing.
That's Andy Signor at Popcorn Planet. He does some great work on Hollywood. You haven't watched him.
No, I think I agree. I agree with much of what Carrie said there. I mean, even though we think it's staged, but I'm going to tell you something right now, Chanda. If Price Waterhouse is willing to damage their reputation by giving Faye Dunaway the wrong winner of the Academy Award for Best Movie, then they're going to stoop so low as to doing the same damn thing with this kind of a stunt. That's how bad and how far the ratings dropped with the Oscars. And I don't think Price Waterhouse fucked up when they gave Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway the winner of the Oscar that year. I think that was a publicity stunt to get people doing
they always do this.
exactly what we're doing here. So they build up drama behind this thing, and us chumps out here are going to talk about it all day long. I hope.
They're the beautiful people. We want to be them. We want to live their life. We watch them.
I hope that we're all sitting here taking it apart and dissecting it for the kind of co-op or the false flag or whatever the hell it is.
Right.
Meanwhile, the planet's fucking burning down. We're on the verge of World War III. People are starving to death in other countries. We're still murdering people around the world. We don't have health care that's worth a shit in this country.
Half the world's been poisoned.
Half the world's been poisoned, and we're talking about these bazillionaire assholes.
That's the way they want it. I like, God, where are we looking? We're looking the other way. What are they doing?
Shit.
Come on, guys. Look
God
around.
damn. So anyway, my hypocrisy knows no bounds. So you brought this little ditty.
This is
here.
the last one. We'll wrap it up. I think we
Okay.
got a meme. This is Matt Orfala. This is funny. It's only like
It's
10
really
seconds.
short too. It gets the point across.
Matt's doing it again.
Go for it, Matt.
I'm being called on in my life to love people.
That was terrible. I
was
loved
terrible.
it. I love that. That was terrible.
We'll just close this out with this next meme, and then that's all we have to really say on it, other than the funny memes that are throughout the deck.
Do we have another meme? What? Oh yeah, this is, and it's missing so many faces. Kevin Spacey,
So many.
Bill
Kevin
Cosby.
Spacey. Yeah. Remember, the Academy does not condone violence of any form.
Any form.
Any form.
Any form.
Lansky, Allen, freaking.
Oh my God.
Weinstein, they're so bad.
Oh
yeah.
shit, Paris Hilton. All right, are we out of? Are we out?
Yeah, let's go make fun of Biden. That's the other fun
that's
stuff today.
That's too damn easy, Shanda.
I know. I know.
Okay, let's bring Joe. Well, oh no,
this is kind of a TV dinner of Beauty and the Boomer tonight. We've been so busy.
Where is that? Is that it? No, that's not it. I'm gonna skip a slide and come back to this one.
Okay.
You brought this one, right?
No, you did.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, today Ben Riff. Okay. Can you read that, or do I have to read that?
Hold on. Gotta find my glasses.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up with the load here.
It says, today in Israel apartheid, the government authorized 4 new Jewish-only communities in the south. Oh, yay. While a few kilometers away, soldiers raided the Palestinian village of Tawani and issued stop work orders for houses and electrical towers. Motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah. So and this is another, meanwhile, this is happening in Palestine, right? So I'm going to go back to this now that I've got it loaded. I just want to show everybody a profile in courage, in my opinion. Pro-Israel group is demanding Spotify to delete song Long Live Palestine of British rapper Low Key Online. His music is representing Palestinians and equality by trying to suppress freedom of expression. Israel can't silence the world in regard to West Palestine liberation. Check this out. I thought it was pretty awesome. Let me know what you guys think. So they're trying to censor a song. Pro-Israel is trying to censor a song that puts them in a bad light. A song that's not advocating violence, that's advocating freedom. Right. And this just makes, I'm glad you like that song, Jilly.
I liked it. I really liked it. But it makes me sad. It makes me happy in 2 different ways. It makes me sad that they're censoring it, but it makes me happy that artists all over the world, no matter how oppressed we are, we're getting the message out there via whatever, outlet is your artistry. And it just makes me happy to see that they're still creating art to get their message out.
Yeah. I mean, let's get free Julian Assange too. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
We're creating
Commander X. Come on.
We're creating atrocities. This country's creating, and Israel and the rest of them are creating atrocities that history, if it's written honestly, will not bode well for any of us.
I know. I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, it is. It's horrible. Now, what is this? Who is this?
This is Salty Cracker. I think this is only like 20 seconds.
Okay, let's pull the lever.
There is no middleman in this transaction. This is $100,000 from what is effectively an arm of the Communist Chinese government direct to Hunter Biden.
Uh-oh.
So remember last October when I told y'all that they were investigating, the Senate had an investigative committee looking at Hunter Biden, and that 78-page freaking report dropped. I know Jilly remembers because I think Jilly gave me the link. Anyways, we knew how hard they were scrutinizing Biden Jr. or Hunter Biden. And it turns out today that Hunter's laptop has been given to all of these guys since last summer. So you got Grassley, and that was Grassley that we just heard, and he brought the receipts to the floor today for people to see. I think that the Hunter Biden laptop story is about to get much, much bigger for a multitude of reasons. And I don't trust any of these asshats. I think Tom Cotton's a pit bull, and he might actually, tear it apart as a former prosecutor. Ted Cruz is a joke. Mike Lee, he's soft.
So
Lindsay, soft.
So they're giving all these sycophants free porn laptops? Is that what they're doing?
Right, I know. My God, I would never have anything.
And
that guy
Marsha
had.
Blackburn too. Wow. Wow. So is this Nazi Barbie on Fox, or who is this? This is somebody else, right?
No, Nazi Barbie has her own show. It's kind of like a Hollywood Squares type where she's got panels like.
Good idea. Good idea.
Yeah. She does good. I tune in occasionally to Nazi Barbie, but.
Oh, okay. Cool. I you know what? I got to say, I think I'd rather have her than Jen Psaki.
I know. I got to agree with you. Yes, Jen Psaki. Oh, gosh. She's just so bad at lying, and she's lying, and she turns beet red, and she's terrible. She still has COVID, or she got COVID again. I don't know.
Well, every time she doesn't want to go to work, she gets COVID. So,
Well, they were tearing her apart over the Ukraine shit this last week.
As well they should. Yeah.
And so she had to get out of the skillet for a while, I think is why she got COVID
Too
again.
hot in the kitchen for Jen Psaki. All right, let's play this. What is this?
Well, this is Biden. He can't shut his mouth. So he has notes now.
It's actually Biden? Oh, I didn't even know Biden was in this clip. Okay.
Meanwhile, let's talk about the current president. This morning, Joe Biden making no apologies after a series of off-script remarks on the world stage in Europe over the weekend, even insisting that Russia's Vladimir Putin cannot stay in power, insinuating there should be a regime change.
This, all despite that his team has desperately been in damage control trying to walk back everything that he says.
Yeah, the man asking the questions we all want answers to. Peter Ducey live outside the White House.
But are they really?
Joe Biden. Hey, Peter.
Good morning. And the president says he's not walking anything back. But for days, officials that work for him have been. And so I brought some direct quotes from the overseas trip to the president.
What's getting walked back?
It made it sound like, just in the last couple days, it sounded like you told U.S. troops they were going to Ukraine. It sounded like you said it was possible the U.S. would use a chemical weapon. And it sounded like you were calling for regime change in Russia, and we know
none of the three occurred.
None
of the three.
And the president gave us a peek at how he prepped. Look at this on the little card. Some close to near quotes of what he eventually said, like, I was expressing the moral outrage I felt towards the actions of this man, and I was not articulating a change in policy. Right there on the card. The bit about Putin not remaining in power still has the Kremlin saying this. This is a statement that is certainly alarming. We will continue to track the statements of the U.S. president in the most attentive way. And Republicans here, now that the president's back in the States, are claiming that the president should be the one who's more attentive.
What the hell? I wasn't allowed to have palm notes when I was in school.
Palm notes. I love it. He goes, none of that's true.
That's true.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Yeah.
But, okay, so this next clip is CNN. That was your Fox take for today. Here's your CNN take today. And CNN, I think somebody slipped up and some Fox got onto CNN.
Ooh, they got Fox on them? Ooh.
They got Fox on them.
Unfortunately, the message is confused, which is why President Biden, I think, kind of worked himself up in this speech, and then he made a comment that he did.
Up.
But the White House's response, though, to say what he really meant is really gaslighting the American people. We know that he really doesn't want Putin to be in power. And they could have just said, listen, we all recognize that Putin is evil. What he's doing is evil, but the policy of the United States is, in fact, to get to a position of peace in Ukraine, and we're going to arm the Ukrainians to make sure they can get to a negotiated peace. The other thing I would say, too, is this isn't his only gaffe. President Biden also made the gaffe about sending the 82nd Airborne into Ukraine, which we're not doing. And he also said that the United States would respond in kind if there was a chemical weapons attack on the part of Russia. So this really was, it was not a good, I think, trip for the president, because the three big gaffes really are at cross purposes with the overall message from this administration.
Joe, you're in a timeout. Shit.
Oh, she's like, well, they should have just owned it. He does want a regime change war, but is Biden saying this shit out loud on purpose as a soft disclosure? I think so. Because that's what they want. That's what they want. How do they even wrap their mind and fathom around a freaking war with Russia? How do you do a regime change? Do they think they're just going to hire some white ISIS to go in there? They're just going to get rid of Putin? I mean, how many other freaking countries have tried to invade Russia for centuries and died on their ground? That's just so stupid to me.
God, I think he ate a Call of Duty disc and he thought it was a grilled cheese sandwich. I don't know what the hell's wrong with him. It's just he's having flashbacks and he still thinks he's vice president for Obama, I think. That could be it. What is this?
I brought this for all of our Tulsi lovers out there. I know you're in the chat.
What is this? This isn't. She got into.
This was Tulsi last night.
She got into it with Sean Hannity, though. This isn't a fight. This is just a whatever.
No, this is Tucker. This isn't Hannity.
Okay, let's see what it is.
I never
think
bring
what we're
Hannity
seeing here,
unless
Tucker,
it's
is they're
something good.
focusing on his comments about regime changes. It was not a gaffe at all. President Biden just said out loud what the aims and objectives of his administration's policies are, which is regime change in Russia to get Putin out of power. And, you know, they're doing so through using the primary weapons of economic warfare. They're doing so by waging this modern-day siege against Russia, isolating, containing, destroying their economy, starving the Russian people in the hopes that the Russian people or the military will rise up and revolt and overthrow their government and get rid of Putin. And the reason why they're lying about this to the American people, Tucker, is they know that we are sick and tired of our country waging regime change wars. We remember how costly and devastating these wars in Iraq and Libya and Syria and others have been, and we reject them wholeheartedly. So if they were to come out and tell the truth, their polls would tank even more than they already are, and their politics would suffer. And that's
so
really where we have to...
I believe you completely that clearly they want that. But what comes after? Killing people is relatively easy. Building things is really hard. So this is a real country with 140 million people living in it, huge energy reserves. Putin goes, then what? Have they thought that through?
I mean, the answer to that is clearly no. And this isn't just my opinion. We have history to look for to the answer to this question. In every one of these regime change wars, we've seen how the answer to the question, what happens next? Who takes charge after you topple that dictator? What weapons will they have under their control? They never have an answer to that question, and what we're seeing play out before us is following that exact same track record, only more dangerously so, because the American people are smart enough to know that a regime change war against a nuclear-armed Russia is very different from any other that's been waged before, and will result in disastrous consequences that go beyond anything we could even imagine.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think the chat's cracking me up. Saxa Box of Vic says, I can't take her serious when she brings her gray stripe to make us think she's a grandma. Yeah, right. I mean, there's problems. There's a lot of problems with Tulsi, but what she's saying there is absolutely right. You know,
I think so. I do. There's an observation I've been meaning to mention about Tulsi. Remember when the Democrats were fawning all over her and grooming her to be the first woman?
When she was vice chair of the DNC?
Yeah.
Yes, I was one of those little dumb cronies inside the Democratic Party who just idolized her and loved her.
Yeah, well, the thing of it is I think Tulsi is as good a speaker, an orator, as Obama is, as Clinton ever was. And I would like you to tell me who is as good at speaking, who's as smooth, if not factually correct or articulate, as Tulsi Gabbard out there. Who? Certainly not Hillary Clinton. She shouldn't even open her mouth.
But she coughs the whole time, right?
Yeah. So who is there anybody out there that can speak that well and that can?
No.
You know, I don't think so. I think, and
I respect Tulsi's perspective as the fact that she's been in the military. She understands the machine from the inside, and
whether she understands it or not, you know, but many of her positions I don't agree with. However,
many.
You know, who the hell am I? I just wanted to point that observation out. What do you got here? What's Joe got? He's got something on his head. Did you reface this?
It's the art of war. If you do not know what you're doing, neither does your enemy.
Oh, you got to stop. You're killing me. You got to stop that. Stop that. That's terrible. Oh, my God.
He did that.
Make me laugh some more.
Okay, I'm going to make you laugh some more because here's a Brent Pella, and this is pretty funny.
All right, let's hear Brent. Here we go.
So, man, what you looking for?
What are you selling? What are you selling?
Depends on what you need.
Is it clean?
Clean? Nothing's 100% clean these days.
How much?
2 ounces for 10.
It's pretty good, dude. I don't know. I wish I wasn't so hooked.
This is what they want, too. First they get you hooked, then they give you no other option.
Let me get 128 ounces.
You got the money for that? All right. Yeah, that's that fire. Don't get in your fire, though.
Yo, you don't have any premium?
Premium's extra, dog.
Whoa, can I see that? I ain't seen premium since before 9/11. Whoa! It's got Techron in it?
Straight from the South Dakota pipeline.
Straight from the pipeline.
Damn, dude. I wish I could afford this, but I just can't.
It's all right. Not many people can.
Thanks, though, dude.
He just keeps
Hey, man. I know times are tough right now, so here's some 91 on me. Might be stepped on a little bit, but it'll get the job done.
91?
Careful with that, too, man. My homie O-Dieseled last week.
Thanks, dude.
Diesel.
By the way, do you do any low interest loans?
Dollars are gonna cost you about $1.17.
Do way better at Wells Fargo, dude.
Can't even afford $1, bro? Get out of here, dog.
Dick?
Freaking gas head? Got that gas. Who need that gas? About 12 different families had to get forcibly removed from their land in order for me to get this one little baggie.
Okay. All right, that was good.
Okay.
Yeah. Next. What do you got coming?
Next, okay, well, we'll bring it down a little with some Richard Wolff. This is from this afternoon. It's long, but it's Richard Wolff. It's always worth it for his perspective. And
all right, yeah.
I haven't brought one for a while.
Who's that clown that they consider Richard Wolff's counterpart in the Democratic Party? What's his name?
Oh yeah, I've seen him debate him a couple of times. I've seen that guy. Yeah, I can't remember his name. I don't make it a habit of remembering their names.
Yeah, he's terrible. He's getting worse too. So.
Well, yeah.
And Professor Richard Wolff, who's rejoining us, Emeritus Professor of Economics at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, and a visiting professor at the New School in New York. I'd like to begin with how Russia is surviving this economic war, and then discuss the economic blowback on the West, and finally, what the consequences of similar sanctions on China would be. Rick, let me start with you. How is the economic war going against Russia so far?
Well, it is causing pain. It is causing some difficulty. It is going to have short, medium, and long-term consequences. But my guess is, and we're at a stage where guess is all you can really do here. For example, just to make that one point, Russia has not yet decided on what counter-sanctions. A lot of folks seem to believe that sanctions always go in one direction. They don't. They always have consequences in which the sanctioned become the sanctioners in turn, and then you have to figure out how this interplay affects both sides. The United States media in the main seem to be all cheerleaders for the one side and oblivious to either the reality or the potential of the other side. So it's a little early. Having said that, I think there's a context here that we ought to understand. Is this the mother of all sanctions? Yes. But, you know, under Donald Trump, we had what was then the mother of all sanctions, 4 years of economic warfare, trade war, Mr. Trump told us, trade wars that were easy for the U.S. to win. That's literally a quotation. He imposed tariffs on a scale that was dizzying, hundreds of billions of dollars at a time. tariffs eventually against virtually the entire flow of goods from China to the United States. From the best I can tell, and I think this is a consensus, that program of sanctioning China, which, by the way, included comments about displacing the dominant role of Xi Jinping, displacing the dominant position of the Chinese Communist Party, were widely referred to by top officials, kind of like President Biden's remark the other night in Poland. And to be blunt, but I think to be fair, this sanction program on China accomplished next to nothing in terms of its own stated objectives. So now we have an even bigger one against Russia. Russia, unlike China, has had quite a few years now of experience with sanctions. People should understand that sanctions began against Russia a very few years after the Soviet Union collapsed back in 1989. We go back to the 1990s, we can see sanctions imposed on Russia. They always had this mixture of short, medium, and long-term objectives. One of those was to change their basic policy. That didn't happen. Another one was to get rid of Putin. That didn't happen. And yeah, we got bigger sanctions, and you never quite know what the new situation will bring. But if I were a betting person, the notion that these sanctions are going to fundamentally alter what's going on here, I think is a delusion of the greatest sort. And if I can just end it, what's going on here is the decline of an empire and the rise of another one.
Wow.
Hate to break it to you guys. Yeah, that was long, but it was worth it when he really breaks it down. We are in decline. We know it. We've been talking about it for 2 years. We've been fighting on the ground for 6, 10 years, trying to get legislators to recognize it. But we're at a tipping point now, and these delusional idiots like Biden and the DNC and all the blue dogs, they're hand in hand with the Republicans, because like he just said, a lot of these mother of all sanctions. Remember Trump? Oh, I've just sanctioned the shit out of them. I follow a lot of Russian content creators, and let me tell you, I don't see them upset, worried, scared, anything. Most of them are supporting what Putin's doing. Sure. They're planting extra potatoes. Their gas prices are still low. You've seen that. I've brought clips of that. They know how to live like this because they've been cut off from the Western world for so many freaking years as it is.
Yeah, it's the duopoly, stupid. It's not the Republicans or the Democrats. It's the Republicans and the Democrats. They're working together. They pass their judges together. They pass their legislation together, and none of it's for you. It's a big club, baby, and you ain't in it. And that's just the way it is. So what are we going to do about it? Are we going to have candidates run as progressives in the Democratic Party?
Grassroots, and they won't
push them left. Push them left. And I know our friend Eric in there. Eric, I still want to have a chat with you. I want to have a one-on-one with Eric and talk about this, because there is no way, and we don't have the time, to get people into the Democratic Party that's going to push them left. And I happen to agree with Sabrina Salvati. She's talking about Ro Khanna running for president in 28, not in 24. He's going to give Biden a tongue bath in 24. Biden can even speak by then. But he wants to run in 28. I got news for Ro Khanna. He doesn't have a chance in hell.
It doesn't matter. Even if he did have a chance in hell, in order to run as the head of the Democrats, as the nominee by the Democrats, you have to be owned by all those owners, and you won't be a progressive anymore. or you're not a progressive now, but you won't. Progressive policy will not. Look at Obama. Obama's a prime example of he was a mover and a shaker, and exactly. He was a Citibank plant, at best, and it would be the same exact thing. Some of us. I was naive. I went into politics in 2015 thinking, oh my God, we haven't been involved. It's our fault because we've been sloughing and just letting these guys run it. So let's get in there and change it. I watched thousands and thousands and thousands of other people across the country do the same thing as I did and fight these central committees, town by town, city by city, and you don't take over a party that's corrupt and owned. You just don't, and it will never happen. It's going to stay this way.
I'm willing to embarrass myself. So I challenge any of these candidates, particularly Shahid Buttar, to come in and debate that with our team. You bring in your friends, Shahid, or come by yourself.
And we'll bring our friends.
We'll bring our friends. And you're going to walk out, and we're going to just wipe you out on this particular issue. Sorry, bud, but you could be using your ability of activism to get out there and do things like
now's not the time.
Speak for Julian Assange. Get him out of there. Speak for against these wars. Speak for actual health care that they can't use against us as a wedge.
Big insurance is vampiring off of us.
So
big pharma.
So these clowns, not Shahid, I'm talking like Ro Khanna and Pramila Jayapal and these jokers.
I worked for Pramila Jayapal. I was on her campaigns, knocking on doors and slapping stickers on posts, and we got her elected. We really freaking did. The phone banking, the time, the energy, and I've done that for so many candidates for the last 5 years. And believe me, I understand the inside of it, and I think that's why I respect Tulsi, because she understands the inside of it. I don't want to tear her down, because the women that are in those spaces, do you know how hard it was to be behind enemy lines for 5 fucking years?
Nightmare, insulting, humiliating, everything.
Humiliating. I mean, one time I was cornered in a central committee with like freaking 20 guys around a big table that just came at me. You're a Russiagator. You're pushing Russian propaganda. I need to sit there and fight them off myself. One time I was at an auditorium style meeting and I wasn't allowed the mic. I wasn't allowed the mic by a man, because you're not allowed to address anybody for a good of the order. Just like, I've dealt with some crazy shit with the Democrats, and they're corrupt, and there's no way it's ever going to be fixed. And the Green Party doesn't have it. And I'm sorry to tell you, electoral politics is not where it's at.
It's not.
The empire is crumbling. You can't fix the empire crumbling and falling apart.
And please, seriously, we'll have a good discussion. Any of you think that if electoral politics is going to work? If you think it's going to work, let's have that debate. We need, and they'll say, well, Oz, that's the only way that... Bullshit. It's not the only way. We need to come up with ways. We need general strikes. We need laydowns. We need die-ins.
We need pressure on them. We need to shut ports down. We need to take money out of their pockets before they will do anything for us. If COVID hasn't shown you that, I don't know what will.
We need to force the votes. Not just say, oh, please, force the vote. No, bullshit. Yeah. We need to demand it. And if you don't do it, we're going to tear you apart in the public's eye. That's it. We got to grow some. The planet needs us. Hey. Our children need it. Everything. Am I getting too passionate?
Yeah, but can I tell you the number one reason why electoral politics is not it?
What?
Our electoral system is fucking broken. So even if we had the best candidates in the world, and we've seen a few come and go over the last few years that could have done something had we had a clean, functioning fucking system. And I am a trained vote observer. I am on the ground on ballot day. Yeah. I know how my ballots are processed, where they're processed, who they're processed by. And I'm here to tell you, till we wake up as a nation and realize we don't have the most secure elections in the world. Ours are totally shit.
Ours are the worst. They're worse.
Yeah, they're never going to be scared of us because they know that we can't vote them out.
Yeah, Chanda, you've heard me say it before. What have the Democrats done for you in the last four decades? No, I was wrong. Chanda. It's what has the electoral system done for you by voting in your candidate in the last 4 decades? I think
my lifetime.
In your lifetime, nothing. All that electoral system has put powerful people up in positions that control us, that get these wars going, that take away our life's blood through wars and through destroying the climate and
Right.
everything else. So again, I invite
That's
you.
something I was thinking a lot about today. You know, a lot of the shows today covered who's the oligarchs. You know, we see these figureheads, you know, the Klauses and the Gates and the whatevers. And I've been watching Narcos all week, and I've always been really into what the hell the CIA was doing down there for the last 40 years. And it makes me think, because for all the ones that we do see, all the ones that we know, the George Soroses and the Klauses and the ones that they tote around, there's the ones out there who fucking know better than to ever let their face or name or be shown. You know, you see these drug dealers that get taken down because they, you know, they show off, right? That's the whole theme of Scarface. These guys, a lot of them, we will never know who they are.
No,
you
you
know,
won't.
you can't just blame it on a
Low
small.
profile.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, sorry about using the comparison, a Russian nesting doll. You're never going to see that one in the middle. You're never going to see that.
Never.
They're the ones that are pulling the big strings. And I'll tell you something, it's not Jeff Bezos. They're
rewarded.
Yeah.
They've been chosen to carry the torch for those things. Bezos, Zuckerberg, you know, there's a lot of intel on Zuckerberg and where he came from, really. And there's a lot of talk that he came through the CIA. And you know, they needed to control what they were rolling out, and he was the perfect person, the perfect patsy to do it. So he's a puppet. These are puppets. These are puppet heads that are their strings are being pulled by other people.
Now, didn't Bezos buy one of the largest newspapers in the world in 2016 or something?
Yeah.
So, you know, and then you have foreign countries that own like the New York Times, I believe. I don't know the specifics.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to get into
gosh, yeah. I don't want to get into that.
We don't have that. But the Bezos and the Musks and the Gateses, they're small potatoes on that food chain. At the top in the World Economic Forum, they're the puppets. And I'm bringing a graphic Saturday night just to show you. So
those are the guys that just have their money on paper. The real big guys don't have their money on paper.
No, they don't need it. They don't care. They don't need money. They just exist.
Exactly.
Exist to gorge themselves on the planet. That's what they just gorge themselves
on humanity. They gorge themselves on humanity.
Yeah, they're getting some of that blood that they were talking about, that Russell Brand was talking about.
Well, I didn't even bring the second half of that clip. Did Amber run it where the athletes are shooting it up to give them adrenaline? To give them endurance?
No, I stopped.
Oh, gosh.
I stopped at the Hadron Collider. I'm still trying to deal with that.
I know that damn marmot.
What the hell? What is this? You brought this.
Good thing we didn't raise the minimum wage, or everything would be so expensive right now.
Oh God, it is a good thing. I get gas for like $45 a half gallon. So you brought this one also. What's this?
So this is a story nobody's talking about that I got from We Are Change, Luke Wadowski. Sex cult prostitution client list accidentally leaked, includes hedge fund managers, judges, and New York elites. So Sarah Lawrence, a sex cult leader, is being tried. Shortly thereafter, a spokesperson for the Department of Justice wrote, per order of the court, government exhibit 3,217 was admitted under seal. So if anybody's downloaded it, if you downloaded this file, please delete it immediately. So there's actually, oops, we didn't mean that file to get out there. So a top executive at the Gap clothing firm and her husband was one of the two married couples, including a former New York Senator, Supreme Court judge, is also named. The Daily Mail wrote on Tuesday. This also includes a painter whose studio is in the East Village of Manhattan, also well known and famous architects and investment executives who was also in pedophile Jeffrey Epstein's infamous Black Book of Contacts too.
But the Cuomo brothers don't know these people at all because they're not in the same circles as they are, right?
No, right?
Just checking.
Right?
Just checking.
But it's okay. So this whole back and forth about the Democrats, especially with the questioning this week on are they soft on essay crimes and child essay crimes, and the Democrats are so complicit in covering up for these fucking scumbags all over and have been doing it for so long now. You go and look at some of the biggest pervs. I mean, they had like a serial killer in California that was like, what was his name? I want to say Buck. Anyways, it doesn't shock me, but yeah, more of it being swept under the rug. So the Department of Justice protected them. And
Again. That's your government working for you.
Yeah. If you deleted it, if you got it, delete it.
You brought this one?
I thought of you. Spiraling
Thank
out
you.
of control. This man spends 90 minutes a day online.
90 minutes a day online?
That's spiraling out of control.
At the end of the day today, I will have spent 500 minutes doing shows.
I know, right?
Yeah, pretty cray-cray, don't you think? Now, I brought Brother Richie, or did you bring Brother Richie?
I think you brought this. It's short. I know that.
It's short. Let's see what Brother Richie has to say. I can't remember,
Love
but
Richie.
it's always good, Brother Richie.
I'm telling you, the real war is not happening in Ukraine. Ukraine is the catalyst. Of course, I'm speaking figuratively, right? You're witnessing a global realignment.
No.
No one is taking crap anymore.
No.
From the big bully on the block.
No.
India, most of its weapons come from Russia. India is going to buy that oil. Pakistan is going to buy that gas and buy that wheat. China is going to settle its oil with its oil purchases from Saudi Arabia, not in US dollars, not in euros, in Chinese yuan. And Russia is getting paid either way. Because you think right now when the oil prices go up, what's happening in Russia? Russia's getting paid. Russia's getting paid. And by who? By NATO countries in the EU. Because if they don't buy that, they're going to freeze.
Goodbye, Ruby petrodollar. Jesus.
I'm glad. I got to tell you, I was sad when Richie went to RT because his rants, he became a little more controlled.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite Richie is when he's dropping F-bombs.
Oh,
and calling
Pappy.
everybody.
Pappy.
Yeah.
Pappy. When he was
That's
Pappy before he changed his name. Yeah. No, he got me. You know what?
I love when he's
he
fired up.
reminded me of kind of a younger Mike Malloy. Back when I was watching him as Pappy. What do you got here? You got another meme for us, huh?
Okay, so this is what Represent Us is working on this week. Nearly 80% of election administrators are women, leaving women to bear the brunt of legislative efforts aimed at undermining their authority, as well as threats of violence from extremists. What do you think about that, Oz? Yeah, you got to be careful with it, right? Because 80% are women, and that fact is true. But violence.
What violence?
I'm confused at where they got this from.
Yeah. Did you read the other one, or did I miss it?
What other one?
What the human race is suffering from is mass hypnosis.
Oh, no.
The greatest form of control is where you think you are free when you're being fundamentally manipulated and dictated to. Well, we kind of wised up to that a while back, didn't we?
Yeah, it sucks to be awake in the Matrix.
Yeah, it does. Give me the damn blue pill. Okay, we've got, you brought this.
I think this is cute. When you're waiting for class consciousness, but the masses can't even see through capitalistic war propaganda.
Shit. Oh my God.
I'm waiting.
What are you going to do? You got another one here. This is cute.
Yeah. You get used to it. I don't see the news anymore. All I see is false flag psychops and bullshit. It's true.
From the Matrix. He didn't make it through that movie, did he?
Well, he was a scum, right?
Yeah, he was
sold
a
them
scum.
out.
Great actor.
Well, he wanted to go back. He wanted to go back into the Matrix.
Yeah, he wanted to have steak instead of gruel. You brought this one too.
Back by popular demand, the girl with the Raytheon tattoo.
Yeah, award-winning reface. Thank you. Thank you. Very good, Chanda.
Don't let this distract you from this, and this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that's just part of the distraction. Just part. So anyway, I want to apologize to Brother Franco for talking so much about that bullshit at the Oscars, but you know what? We are trying to find our lane out here, so we need all the help we can get. And you've got this meme here.
We got a couple more memes, and then we got a United spot, and we're out of here.
And then we're out of here. Okay, what's this?
Oh, I think that's the old one. Is
that an old one? I'm invading Iraq.
Yeah.
You're sweet. I'm invading Ukraine. Hello, NATO. Yeah, exactly so. What that's stands to everything. And there's here's your Syrian one. What's that?
Yeah, what's that? What?
Bombing a sovereign country is a war crime? Really? Yeah, I think so. And this is a great reface. Am I Amadeus there?
That's an old classic from a long time ago, but I love it.
Yeah, that was good. My face fit well. You want to read this one?
Yeah, the moment you see the grocery store products for what they really are, it's kind of like waking up to the media. Let's see, you got chemical, crap, GMO, diabetes, cancer,
artificial everything,
junk, toxic. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of our food is nothing but poison on our
God.
shelves, all of it.
Damn it, Chanda, why are you making me hungry this late at night?
I know, right?
Oh my God. Here we got this one. I think this is on my ceiling when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, this is just a PSA from Beauty and the Boomer. Quit worshiping politicians, quit worshiping celebrities, quit worshiping influencers, quit worshiping athletes, quit worshiping doctors, and quit worshiping people, period.
Period. Quit worshiping them. Well, does that mean I have to give my Chanda candle back to Uncle Warren?
No, keep the Chanda candle. The Chanda candle stays.
I can worship the Chanda candle. Okay. So we've got one more Oscar jab here, right? Is that
this is a United spot, but it's funny.
I think it was funny. I saw part of it. I haven't
You
seen it
laughed.
all. I laughed. I did laugh. Enjoy this, folks, and then we're going to head right out.
Now this is a story all about how I couldn't knock 80-pound Chris Rock down.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
You think that's funny, Will? Oh, no, baby. He just making a joke. He a comedian. Mm-hmm. So you just gonna let him talk to me like that? Your wife? Your soulmate who sleeps with other men?
What you want me to do, girl? We on TV. I'm gonna win an award.
If you love me, you better do something.
We at the Oscars, Jada. Why didn't you just wear that wig I got you?
See, this is why I cheat on you. You ain't a man. Now, Tupac, he was a man. You want to see how much of a man I am?
Damn, Will. Is that all you got?
Are you happy now, Jada?
Did somebody throw a feather at me? My grandmama hit harder than that.
You ain't do nothing. Am I a man now like your precious Tupac? Tupac would have shot him, okay? I ain't Tupac, okay? You damn right you ain't Tupac. You couldn't even knock Chris down. I think I'll go home with Chris tonight. He a real man. Hello, police. Will Smith slapped me in the face.
So there I was, sitting front row at the Oscars, when all of a sudden...
I barely survived, okay? I mean, it's like, I wasn't there, but I saw it on TV and I felt like I was there.
I'm here for you.
You'll never know what I'm going through.
I'm here for you.
I had to call in sick today so I could put the pieces of my life back together.
I just want to say that Hollywood is the only place in the world where a man can assault another man on live TV and get an award for it.
And the award for getting away with murder goes to...
I love the AOC bit.
That was the United spot. They're terrible, but I love them, you know? I just
Yeah, see, that was
they're
funny.
always
She was
doing it.
traumatized from seeing it on TV.
We have a late edition, Chanda. You mind if we play this?
Yay! I am so glad this made it in. I hoped that it would make it. Poor Pat. He went through some technical problems on Saturday.
Yeah, brother Pat from the karaoke closet. And we wanted to do this Saturday night, but we couldn't get it in. He was having some processing problems. Brother Pat, karaoke closet, and Jamie Kuhn music.
What's he building in there? What the
Oh, the effects are
hell is he
awesome.
building in there? He has subscriptions to those magazines. He never waves when he goes by. He's hiding something from the rest of us. He's all to himself. I think I know why. He took down the tire swing from the pepper tree. He has no children of his own, you see. He has no dog. And he has no friends. And his lawn is dying. What about all those packages he sends? What's he building in there? With that hook light on the stairs? What's he building in there? I'll tell you one thing, he's not building a playhouse for the children. What's he building in there? What's that sound from underneath the door? He's pounding nails into a hardwood floor. I swear to God, I heard someone moaning low. and I keep seeing the blue light of a TV show. He has a router and a table saw, and you won't believe what Mr. Stitches saw. There's poison underneath the sink, of course. There's also enough formaldehyde to choke a horse. What's he building in there? What the hell is he building in there? I heard he has an ex-wife in some place called Mayor's Income, Tennessee, and that he used to have a consulting business in Indonesia. What's he building in there? He has no friends, but he gets a lot of mail. I bet he spent a little time in jail. I heard he was up on the roof last night, signaling with a flashlight. And what's that tune he's always whistling? What's he building in there? What's he building in there? We have a right to know.
Ah, gotta love it, Pat.
That was amazing.
Love that.
Love it, Pat.
Yeah, that was great. He's got his, what is it, Death Trap, Blood Simple, and Rear Window all combined into one.
That was amazing. And I love what somebody said in the chat, how this is the paranoia that's gripping the world. Barbara Bartleson, I agree. Yeah.
That was great.
Check
out.
I love the effects too. The effects were amazing.
Yeah, Pat, this is the kind of direction we want to go with Beauty and the Boomer. We want artisans, local artisans, musicians, poets, writers, everybody, come on over. We'll platform you. That's what we want to do. Because our politics is destroying our society, and we want to at least go out with a laugh. So that was
Art's the only thing that will save it, I believe.
It is.
That's the only medium that we have left to express ourselves.
They're taking our arts away. And haven't they learned through history you can't take the arts away? You
can't take arts away.
The arts are probably the most important
We'll
thing.
go draw on a cave wall. We'll scribble on a rock. I mean, we've proven that.
It's
art to express ourselves.
It's insane. If you take away our ability for expression, we're going to turn into what, Fahrenheit 451 or THX 111. It's crazy. Thank you so much for that, Pat. I'm glad we got it in there. And what do we got? We got Scumbag of the Week. Is this who is this?
Sponsored by Pfizer. Our Scumbag of the Week is sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh God. There we go. Scumbag of the Week. Who is that? Who is that man right there? I can't recognize him. I've never seen him before.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Scumbag of the Week. Sister Fiorella. Isabella, you brought a tweet from Sister Fee.
Let me put my glasses on. Fee's always killing it. She says the double standards are based on inherent thoughts by the Western countries that the nations in the global South and East are somehow uncivilized. This conflict has exacerbated the sentiment in many polite hypocrites.
Yeah, it has. It has.
I have a big fingerprint on my glasses. I couldn't see the last word.
That's all right. I can hardly see.
No, Fee, I love Fee. She's, I love all of these strong women, all of them. And I miss Sister Amber. I know it's the end of the month. I'm hoping when, things settle down, we can get her on for a show or two, because we haven't done a show in a couple
weeks. Well, she works like 80 bazillion hours a week.
I know. And she does her show on Fridays. So
yeah.
I miss her. But yeah, these women in independent media out there just speaking truth, because
we need more of it. We need more of it. Lucky's out there killing it with Fearlessly Authentic.
Yep.
We got Sabrina's out there. We got Misty out there. We got, of course, Fee. And now we got
Glory.
Tara.
I love Glory in the morning.
Tara Reid. Tara Reid's out there now.
Yeah.
And Farron Balanced. Farron's going to be out there doing her thing on it now. So we've got so many more women coming into it. If you want help getting your stuff formatted, or we can show you how we do it and give you some inside stuff, reach out to us at Beauty and the Boomer. And we did something today. We've got a name for ourselves now that we are an LLC, right?
Yeah, so we've opened a couple new companies up, and B&B Engineering is one of them, and that is so we can facilitate helping others engineer shows and, whatever we need to do.
Yeah, to help
Yeah.
elevate women's voices in independent media and help with actions
All
that actually
independent
help the people. That help the people. So hope you guys enjoy that. Once again, we've got our, what would you call this? Our hat or our tin can or our cup?
Yeah, our tin can. We're shaking our cup.
We're shaking our cup. Throw a couple bits in there if you can. That's Shanda's PayPal on the left and Oz's on the right. Or if it's on my right and your left, it doesn't make any difference. Whatever you can do to help us out, that would be fantastic. And still, keep sending letters to Julian. Support that. Support mutual.
Oh, I'm going to send him a congratulations card. I'm going to go buy
Yeah, sent him a congratulations card. They got married the other day, and we had some great pictures on the last show.
Let's flood them. Let's flood them with cards.
Yeah, and don't forget mutual aid. That's part of mutual aid. It's all about mutual aid. Practice mutual aid. This one, I'm really partial to this because this is becoming the main street of USA around the country. And if you don't think so, just drive in some of these major metropolitan areas if you can afford the gas, or take other means of.
I'm going to bring a homeless report on Saturday. Remember, I used to bring a homeless report every Saturday from different cities around the country to show you just how the homeless situation was growing. And I really haven't done that for like the last 6 months just because everything's been so terrible,
stupid,
crazy, terrible. But I do come across them. So I'll bring one just because we haven't seen how bad it is.
Yeah. And okay. And it's announcements. What do you got going? I know Tara Reid has she's going to do a show with Isabella in the morning at 10 a.m.
Heck yeah. That'll be fun to wake up to.
And then we don't have anything for the rest of the week, I hope.
Well, nothing on air. Believe me, we got plenty of stuff to do.
My God. It's just, I don't know where to start. But we've Beauty and the Boomer on Saturday night, though. We are working on that. We've got some great stuff going in there. Gonna have a lot of fun. I'm gonna go over and check though.
I'm gonna beat you in the dance off because I'm not gonna be tied anymore.
You're not. You're gonna be. I don't think so. I think
so.
I don't think so. I
have to.
I want to shout out.
I have a reputation to maintain.
Shout out the chats. Thank you so much, everybody in the chats. And I know there's a lot of good stuff going on right now, but I think we hit 30,000 tonight, considering all the different platforms we're on. That's a lot. 30,000. Wow, that's a lot. So we're going to go out with a song. Remember a couple weeks ago I was telling you that I really enjoy covers when people own them, like Pat and Steve.
They make them original, make them theirs.
Jimmy, make them yours. We're going to go out with a whiter shade of pale, and this is a cover which I believe this gal owns. So Chanda, thank you. Wonderful Tuesday night.
Thank you. And thank you for all of the shows that you engineered today for everybody. Thank you to everybody who's out there trying to get truth out. I think that that's the most important thing we can do. And Oz, I want you to take a rest. I mean, you need it. You worked your butt off the last few days.
Yeah, check out the new Tara Reid show over there on the Rockfin. She got a Rockfin channel, and Pasta had one hell of a panel, mother of all panels today.
Yes, it was a mother of all
Jimmy
panels.
Dore, Scott Ritter, Sean Oliver, Sean Stone, and that was Laura Logan, and Pasta himself. Great panel. Differences of opinion. They didn't agree on everything, but they had the discussion, and it was very impressive. So we are out of here. You guys have a safe week. Enjoy yourselves. And we're going to hear a little whiter shade of pale. Thank you.
I love it.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
We skipped the line. almost crossed the floor. I was feeling kind of seasick. The crowd called out for more. The room was humming harder as the ceiling flew away. When we called out for another drink, the waiter brought a tray, and so it was that later, as the miller told his tale, that her face at first just ghostly turned a whiter shade of pale. She said there is no reason, and the truth is plain to see. But I wandered through my playing cards, would not let her be one of 16 Vestal virgins who were leaving for the coast. And although my eyes were open, they might just as well have been closed. And so it was that later, as the miller told his tale, that her face at first just ghostly turned a whiter shade of pale. And so it was that later, as the miller told his tale, that her face at first just ghostly turned a whiter shade of pale.
Apogee. Good night, Peggy.